Hi students, welcome to yet another session of my class. We are discussing the poem The Death of the Bird by A.D. Hope. Let us continue the poem. Yes, stanza 6. A vanishing speck in those inane dominions, single and frail, uncertain of her place. Alone in the bright host of her companions, lost in the blue unfriendliness of space. Yes, here, the poet is describing the condition of our little bird, a vanishing speck in those inane dominions. That is, her existence becomes unnoticeable, considered as a vanishing speck. A tiny creature in this universe did not value her existence. A vanishing speck in those inane dominions, in that vast universe or vast region, she is considered as a tiny being, a vanishing speck without any much significance. Single and frail, uncertain of her place. Now she is alone in this vast universe. Single and frail, she is weak now, and moreover, uncertain of her place. She lost her way. The bird now looks weak and, yes, single and weak against the vast region into which she has entered. Her existence becomes unnoticeable and considered as a vanishing speck there, alone in the bright host of her companions. Now she is alone in the vast universe and she lost her way, alone in the bright host of her companions. She seems alone even among other companions. The poet is hinting at the sky through the metaphor of blue unfriendliness of space, lost in the blue unfriendliness of space. Here, the poet is used a figure of speech, that is, with the help of the poet is hinting at the sky through the metaphor of blue unfriendliness of space. It seems unsuitable for her weak body. Now this vast universe or that space itself is express unfriendliness towards this little bird. Every year, each and every year, this bird is migrating from her own homeland to that distant place. At all time, this universe, the space, everything, it was very friend. She felt friendliness. Now she lost her way. She lost that guidance, that innate thread, and lost in the blue unfriendliness. Now the atmosphere, the space, or this universe itself shows that unfriendliness towards this tiny creature. It is yes, the poet is hinting something to the readers. The poet is hinting at the sky through the metaphor of that blue unfriendliness of space. Yes, this vast universe itself express that unfriendliness towards this little creature. She feels it close now, the appointed season. The invisible thread is broken as she flies. The bird has traveled far. She feels it close now, the appointed season. She can sense that the season for which she came is somewhere nearby. She feels it close now. She can sense that the season for which she came is somewhere nearby. And the invisible thread is broken as she flies. Suddenly, something long anticipated happens. Suddenly, without warning, without reason, the guiding spark of instinct wings and dies due to her weakness. That invisible thread, that guidance, or that support from that divinity, that godliness, that invisible thread that was guiding her path is broken. That's why she lost her way. So something that is within the mind, that innate thread or that divinity, that godliness or that her innate thread with the God, that invisible thread that was guiding her path is now broken. She feels it close now, the appointed season, and the invisible thread is broken as she flies, because now she is single and fragile, frail. That means she is weak now. Suddenly, without warning, without reason, the guiding spark of instinct wings and dies. That guiding spark within her mind that wings and dies. That means she is so weak. The poet is describing the tragedy which has happened to the bird without any reason or without any warning. Suddenly, that has happened to that little bird. It is an instinct that navigates a bird, and in this case, it has died suddenly. We all are guided by that divinity. Here, that guiding spark of instinct that wings and dies. It is an instinct that navigates or that supports or that guides that bird. And in this case, it has died suddenly without any reason or without any warning. That means she lost her way. She lost that invisible thread. She lost that guiding spark of instinct. Now she is alone in this vast universe. And nobody considers her existence. Nobody did not give any value to her existence in this vast universe. Now she is considered as a vanishing speck. Yes, try as she will, the trackless world delivers no way, the wilderness of light no sign. The immense and complex map of hills and rivers mocks her small wisdom with its vast design. The bird is trying her best to find a way, but the whole world has suddenly become trackless. Try as she will, she tried her level best to overcome this difficulty. The trackless world delivers no way, the wilderness of light no sign. The immense and complex map of hills and rivers mocks her small wisdom with its vast design. The bird is trying her best to find a way to overcome this obstacle, to overcome this situation, but the whole world has suddenly become unfriendliness towards her or become trackless without instinct, that she lost that guiding spirit or that innate thread or that instinct. Without instinct, the light has also become wilderness without any sign to guide her. She did not get any sign, or that, yes, the wilderness of light, no sign, because she lost that innate spirit, that guiding spirit. So, without instinct, the light has also become, yes, wilderness without any sign to guide her. She lost her way. The poet is describing the vast universe, the vast geography of this earth, which is very complicated. The immense and complex map of hills and rivers. Yes, here the poet is trying to depict that vast universe, that geography of our earth, a planet, the immense and complex map of hills and rivers mocks her small wisdom with its vast design. Its design is so vast that it makes fun of the bird's small wisdom. Yes, this immense or its design, this geography, or all the creatures or all that things existed in this universe, its design is so vast that it makes fun, mocks her small wisdom. It makes fun of this tiny creature's small wisdom, mocks her small wisdom with its vast design. Yes, our little creature, a tiny bird, she is trying her level best to overcome this obstacle, but she lost her way. She lost her way, she lost that guiding spirit, support, that innate thread, everything. Now she is alone in this universe, but the whole world has suddenly become become trackless. Without instinct, the light has also become wilderness. And the last stanza, and darkness rises from the eastern valleys, and the winds buffet her with their hungry breath, and the great earth with neither grief nor malice receives the tiny burden of her death. Yes, and darkness rises from the eastern valleys. The poet is pointing towards the direction, the eastern valleys, and darkness rises from the eastern valleys, from which the darkness is rising for the bird who has just lost her way. And the winds buffet her with their hungry breath. The winds are striking her forcefully in a way like they are hungry. That's the strong wind. The winds are striking this tiny creature forcefully in a way like they are hungry. So, and darkness rises from the eastern valleys. That is, the darkness is rising for the bird who has just lost her way. And the great earth, with neither grief nor malice, receives the tiny burden of her death. Yes, this darkness, that strong wind, that winds are striking her forcefully in a way like they are hungry. This strong wind, their hungry birth. It is like they are hungry. It ultimately kills the bird. Yes, the winds are striking her forcefully in a way like they are hungry, and ultimately kills the bird. The earth, which is so great, feels no grief for any death. Earth, which is so great, feels no grief for any death. And the great earth, with neither grief nor malice, without showing any sorrow or any feelings towards this tiny creature. The earth, which is so great, our planet, our mother earth, which is so great, but it feels no grief for any death. Yes, but our mother earth, it never shows any feelings towards the death of any creature in this universe. It doesn't even threaten anyone's life intentionally. It is simply indifferent. The death of the bird is but a tiny burden on the earth. Yes, this Mother Earth receives the tiny burden of her death. The death of the bird is but a tiny burden on the earth. It receives her body indifferently, without showing any feeling, without showing any grief or any sorrow, something like that. This is the inevitable destiny or existence of all living creatures, especially human beings. So, with the help of this bird image, that is the migration from their homeland to distant place, yes, it is a metaphor. That is the last migration that we all human beings are faced in our life. All face this dark reality in our life, that inevitable reality, that dark reality. So, our Earth is great, our mother planet is great, and it receives. It doesn't even threaten anyone's life intentionally, but it never shows any grief or any feelings for any death. And here in our poem also, it receives the tiny burden of her death indifferently, in the sense it never shows any feeling towards that tiny creature. So here, yes, we can trace that post-colonial element, that is the migration. Here, our tiny bird is migrated from her own homeland to a distant place. That is one of the features of post-colonial diaspora or the post-colonialism. That is the migration, rootlessness. Here, through this poem, the poet evokes the feelings of estrangement or alienation, and also yearning among, or the longing or the craving among the immigrants in Australia. With the help of this bird image, the poet is trying to express that loneliness or the alienation or that feeling of the immigrant people in Australia. And there they also they're yearning or longing for their homeland and yearning among the immigrants in. So their feeling is expressed with the help of this tiny creature, the bird. Through this poem, the poet evokes that feeling of estrangement and yearning among the immigrants in Australia. When they visit their homeland, the immigrants find that they no longer fully belong there. They are never fully at home in either place. Either place means either in their own homeland or their, yes, new place. When they visit their homeland, these immigrants find that they no longer fully belong there. They are never fully at home in either place. The poem is very human and very much about our fate, that is, that inevitable reality that is death, as much as it is about the birds. So, the poet here makes use of the metaphorical journey or the last migration of the bird to highlight the central image of the poem, namely death. He presents death as the inevitable condition of existence. With the help of this bird image, yes, he clearly expressed that inevitable reality. He presents death as the inevitable condition of existence. I think all of you understand this poem. There is a homework for you, and the homework is write a note on the next. That is a summary of the next four stanzas of the poem The Death of the Bird by A.D. Hope. That is stanza 6 to 9. Write your homework and send back to me. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you again.